Mesdames et Messieurs, nous accueillons à présent Son Excellence Monsieur Robert Mugabé, Président du Zimbabwe, Président de la Conférence des chefs d'État et de gouvernement de l'Union africaine.
The chair of the Mali peace process, His Excellency Abdelaziz Bouteflika, as represented. The President of the Republic of Mali, His Excellency Ibrahim Boubacar Keïta. Chairperson of the Economic Community of West African States, President John Dramani Mahama of the Republic of Ghana. Deputy Chairperson of the African Union Commission, Dr. Erasmus Mwencha, Commissioner for Peace and Security of the African Union, Ambassador Ismail Chegui, the United Nations Secretary General Special Representative for West Africa, Dr. Mohamed Chambers, Honorable Ministers here present, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, comrades and friends. I regret I'm not a linguist. I regret also that I was unable to study French. But I'm happy to come to this wonderful country. I will read my English speech later. But for now, if I can get someone to translate directly, a few words I want to say from my heart. Right. I came to West Africa in 1958 as a young teacher, and that was to Ghana. Ghana had become independent in 1957. And I wanted to have the experience of a newly African state. When I was in Ghana, Kwame Nkrumah was in charge. And Kwame Nkrumah was talking of African unity. I did not understand what he meant by African unity. But he said, we will start African unity with countries which are next to us, Mali and Guinea-Conakry. And he said these two countries, of all Francophone countries, were the ones which had resisted de Gaulle. Sékou Touré in Guinea, and Modibo Keïta in Mali. And then we were told, I was a teacher then, that in school, let's teach our children that the three countries, Ghana, Guinea, Mali, were uniting. So we were teaching our children Ghana, Guinea, Mali, Guinea, Ghana, Mali. So recite the unity of the three countries. Ghana, Guinea, Mali, Ghana, Guinea, Mali. Nkrumah, Modibo Keïta, Sékou Touré, Modibo Keïta, Nkrumah, like that. And then there were visits to each other's countries. Sékou Touré, Modibo Keïta, Nkrumah meeting. Nkrumah, Modibo Keïta, Sékou Touré meeting. I got to know the fame of your country, the leader, Modibo Keïta, of great resistance. Then I knew also a bit of the history of your country. The great civilization of Mali with Timbuktu as a famous old city that had developed in this country. A great people of Mali, great fighters, great revolutionaries, and the great founders also of our African unity. After, about 2 years afterwards, then there was talk of uniting the people of Africa. And the people of Africa got united in 1963 in Addis Ababa. That was the end now of the unity, Ghana, Guinea, Mali, that the three had founded. They accepted the other groupings of Casablanca and Monrovia and came together as now these were more experienced than the others. They had done their little unity 2 or 3 years before the rest of them. I attended then, after leaving Ghana, as a member of a liberation movement, observer at the United Nations as it was founded. And there was Modibo Keïta, there was Sékou Touré, there was Kwame Nkrumah, there were now others who had joined them to found Organization of African Unity, to found what is now the AU, African Union. It started as an Organization of African Unity, but started earlier in bits with Ghana, Guinea, Mali also having taught us that people of Africa can unite. They taught us also that within each of our countries we must be united. Regardless of tribe, we are one. Regardless of religion, we are one. Regardless of our cultural backgrounds, we are one. And they said, united we stand, divided we fall. That was the language of Modibo Keita, the language of Kwame Nkrumah, the language of Sékou Touré, which also became the language of Julius Nyerere and others. So you, the teachers of unity, you, the teachers of oneness, you, the teachers of revolution, please don't let us down. If you start falling, you, our founders, if you start disintegrating as nations, what shall we, the followers, do? We are only followers, your followers. Yes, I have come today because of you. Because you founded the African unity. Modibo Keita was there. You were there for. I'm glad. And I thank President Keita for inviting me. But I come with a heart that is split. I come with a mind that is confused. How can Mali do this? Who are those who are for disunity in beautiful Mali?
Les créateurs de l'union et de l'unité.
I was when I heard
et quand j'ai entendu, j'ai écouté une voix silencieuse dire non. Quelqu'un m'a dit quand c'est
like a dream, don't get worried, the people are uniting once
C'est
again.
pas un rêve. Le peuple malien est réuni une fois de plus. Le peuple malien suit la voie tracée par Modibo Keita. Le peuple malien suit la voie tracée par Sékou Touré et Nkrumah du Ghana. Alors là, je me suis senti encouragé et je me suis dit, alors je vais partir. Je vais me rendre au Mali.
The pressure on me.
Quelle que soit la pression sur moi, je vais me rendre au Mali. Quel que soit le poids de l'âge, j'ai plus de 90 ans maintenant, mais quel que soit le poids de l'âge, la pression, je vais rendre au Mali. Je vais me rendre au Mali. Car Keita est aussi quelqu'un qui suit la trace de Modibo Keita. Et voilà que je suis venu pour essayer d'aider. Je suis venu en ma qualité de président de notre organisation, à savoir l'Union africaine. Je suis aussi le président de la communauté de développement de l'Afrique australe, la SADC. Donc, je suis aussi le président de mon pays, le Zimbabwe avait le jour grâce à vous, grâce aux efforts de Modibo Keita et d'autres. Le Zimbabwe a vu le jour. Je dis que je vais pleurer. Je vais pleurer si les larmes peuvent toujours servir de solution, si ces larmes peuvent sortir de mes yeux, si cela peut aider ce pays béni, ce pays saint. Et je me félicite d'être parmi vous, d'être avec vous. Je me félicite d'être avec vous seulement pour vous dire le peu de choses que je connais de vous. Beaucoup d'histoires. C'est un pays d'histoire, le Mali. Il y a eu beaucoup de choses qui sont à la base de notre union en 1960. Donc, à l'entame, permettez-moi tout d'abord de vous remercier. Un remerciement sincère et profond. Je vous remercie tous, mes frères, mais aussi mes sœurs du Mali.
To you, Your Excellency.
Je remercie aussi à travers vous, Son Excellence et mon frère, le président Ibrahim Boubacar Keïta.
This holy place, when you get an invitation,
cette terre sainte, quand une terre sainte comme le Mali vous invite, vous trouvez que cette invitation est une bénédiction. Et effectivement, c'était une bénédiction d'être invité au Mali. Je vous remercie de m'avoir invité au Mali. En ma qualité de président de l'Union africaine.
The humble president of my own country. And I come to witness a togetherness, the signing of an agreement on peace and reconciliation. It is a holy togetherness to me. The country that had been torn apart because of the fighting to the north is now coming together saying, no to fighting. Let's talk. We are members of one family. That's what Modibo Keïta taught us. To the government and the people of the Republic of Mali, the same, of Mali, I wish to extend my sincere gratitude and appreciation for this warm welcome and the excellent hospitality extended to me and my delegation. We feel very happy. We feel also enlivened that we have come to this country, stepped our feet in Mali, and we will take a bit of the soil from here.
Emporter avec nous une partie du sol malien.
You are our brothers, elder brothers and
Vous êtes nos grands frères, mais aussi nos grandes sœurs. La signature de l'accord de paix et de réconciliation, signature à laquelle nous avons été témoins oculaires aujourd'hui, ouvre une nouvelle page, un nouveau chapitre de l'histoire de cette grande nation. Je dis bien, c'est un nouveau chapitre, une nouvelle page, un nouveau chapitre. Votre chapitre, notre chapitre. Un chapitre qui ouvre la voie à la paix et à la prospérité. Mais aussi un chapitre qui met fin aux souffrances du peuple malien. Nous sommes tous unis maintenant comme un seul peuple. Nous sommes tous un seul peuple maintenant. Appelons-nous musulmans. Nous prions tous à un seul Dieu, qu'on l'appelle autrement ou Allah. Nous prions tous ces dieux. Appelez-nous chrétiens. Nous prions toujours ce seul Dieu, à savoir Allah. Et à travers ce seul Dieu, nous devons nous unir, nous devons nous considérer comme unis. Nous devons nous unir au nom du peuple que nous dirigeons. Nous devons nous unir pour ceux pour lesquels nous nous sommes consacrés avec beaucoup d'amour, aimer la paix, jamais parler de guerre. En conséquence, je félicite le président de la République du Mali, son Excellence Boubacar Keïta, pour son engagement.
To the peace process in Mali, he told me, and this is upon arrival, he said, my brother, I said to myself, what is better to fight and have violence than to talk even to my small brothers, even to the small parties. They are all my people. I will talk to them rather than choose to fight them. That's what he told me. That's a great thinking of a great leader. We dialogue. But tell me, all of you here, in whose family where you have sons and daughters, don't you have quarrels? I have 3 kids. My late wife, Ghanaian, unfortunately died. But with my new wife, we have 3 kids, 2 boys, 1 girl. They quarrel. Sometimes you say to the youngest, you are the one who is annoying the eldest, and your elder brother. No, you say, oh, you don't like me. We say, no, we like you all, but don't fight. Then we celebrate their birthdays. They are united. And when you are not there, they talk to themselves, and they are united. And when others want to quarrel with one of them, they get united. You get these little quarrels even in the family, even in the village, even in the church. But you sit down and discuss. You sit down and discuss, and then you pray also. Friday is your day, holy day of prayer. The Catholics say Sunday is their holy day of prayer. So we all are motivated to unite by virtue of the fact that we are one, albeit of different backgrounds, different cultural backgrounds. But we are one as the children of Mali, the children of Guinea-Conakry, the children of Senegal, the children of Ghana, the children of Zimbabwe. We are one. And in Africa we have said, we are all one. But our oneness begins in our family of Mali, in our family of Senegal, in our family of Zimbabwe. Then we go to the United Nations and say we are united. We go to our own African Union, we say we are united. But unity begins at home. We have said, following one of our leaders, that even as between individuals, say to yourself, unity begins with me in my heart. Unity then begins with you in your heart. Unity begins with all of us in our hearts. When we say that to ourselves, we cannot fight because our hearts are united in unity. But he has said, instead of unity, peace begins with me in my heart. Peace begins with you in your heart. Peace begins with them also in their hearts. And if our hearts are hearts of peace, hearts of love, then they definitely are hearts of togetherness. We cannot fight. We could not think of fighting. We will always say, what is the ticking in our heart? It's ticking 72 times a minute, they say. It's ticking love, 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 peace, peace, peace. not war. So as I commend you in the hope that you bring this love to others. And I commend you also in the hope that those who are bent on fighting should please lay down their arms and say, in the Bible they teach us, and also I am sure it's the same teaching of Islam, that we should turn our swords into plowshares instead of there being warring instruments. Let them be agricultural instruments. Use the iron of the sword. Make it a hoe. That's what it says. And I'm glad to hear messages, beautiful messages that have been relayed to us today. I acknowledge the role played by our African Union Peace and Security Council, the United Nations multi-dimensional integrated stabilization mission in Mali, and the international cooperating partners, notably the European Union, the Organization of Islamic Cooperation, in the search for enduring peace and stability in Mali. It would be remiss of me not to commend the government of President Ibrahim Boubacar Keïta and the belligerent parties for signing the preliminary peace deal, which has paved the way for the signing of this historic agreement today. Their sense of responsibility and recognition that Mali belongs to Malians, to all Malians, placing national unity and the interests of the people of Mali above all. That is highly laudable. We praise it. It's an example that others should copy. I therefore urge all parties to implement the agreement to its letter and spirit. Your Excellencies and distinguished delegates, the African Union is convinced that the agreement for peace and reconciliation arising from the Algiers process is balanced, it is fair, and takes into account the genuine, legitimate concerns of all parties and subscribes to national unity, territorial integrity, and sovereignty. A country cannot be torn apart. You can't have one little piece saying it's autonomous. There is no oneness, no integrity. Therefore, you lose your integrity that way. All parts, it doesn't matter what people are there, whether they are small culturally or big culturally, rich or poor, educated, uneducated, they are all our people. They are all Malians. They are all under the care of one government of Mali, and that is the sovereign status of a country. That's what it means. It's the national supremacy of a country which you must reserve. But to have that, there has to be stability. There has to be security. In my capacity as chair of the African Union, I would like to reassure the government and people of the Republic of Malawi of the African Union's full support of the agreement for peace and reconciliation. The African Union also reaffirms its unwavering commitment and support towards ongoing efforts to find lasting solution to the crisis, and will continue to collaborate with regional and international organizations and partners in facilitating the restoration of political stability. Let's all work village by village, region by region, and totally in the whole of Mali for political stability, and Mali within the African context, in ECOWAS, in all our regional organizations, getting the support that you need for this Malian stability is absolutely necessary. We work together. Your Excellencies and distinguished delegates, I would therefore like to urge the coordination of Azawad movements. Please, Azawad movements, we are with you. We are with you as long as you have peace in your hearts. You are part of us in Africa. You are part of us first and foremost as Malians. You are one and the same people as those in the southern part. Lay down your weapons. Use one weapon, which is your mouth and dialogue. Talk, talk, talk. There is no end. There should never be an end to talking peace, talking dialogue. We may quarrel, yes, but after quarreling, say to ourselves, but what is the way forward? You give and take, you compromise. You can't have it all your own way, because there are also others who think of themselves in the same way as you think of yourself. So I come to you, the coordination of Azawad movements. I come to you with a heavy heart. I'm only one little fellow, but one little fellow who has seen and learned from our founding fathers, Modibo Keita, Kwame Nkrumah, Sekou Toure, and others, that there is need for us to unite, there is need for us to work together, there is need for us to love each other. There should be peace. We can say the great peace of Mali. Don't forget your revolutionaries. As we continue to render our assistance in ushering a peaceful political dispensation to your country, the African Union remains committed to bringing about peace and stability on the continent. The peace in Mali, the peace in Senegal, the peace in Côte d'Ivoire, the peace in Tanzania, creates the total continental peace. We cannot say our continent is a continent of peace when in one corner there is violence. No. Give your own contribution. Make it. Let it be your contribution by which the children of tomorrow will remember you. In the same way we remember Modibo Keita today. Be the descendants of Modibo Keita and not the fighters of Modibo Keita. The scourge of terrorism continues to engulf parts of Africa, but we shall continue to fight it for the well-being of our people. Be part of our fighters of violence. All the troubled spots in Africa are receiving the full attention of the African Union through its peace and security architecture and structures. The African Union shall continue to support all the peace processes as it seeks to chart the continent's destiny, to ensure that the brotherly and sisterly people of Africa, starting with the brotherly and sisterly people of Mali, enjoy their full liberties, underpinned by peace and stability. May I take this opportunity once again to thank the government of Mali and all cooperating partners and stakeholders for their endeavors to bring lasting peace to and into Mali. To the Malian people, may I say, I want to assure you that the African Union and the international community at large shall always stand in solidarity with you as fellow brothers and sisters. I am born in a Christian family. I never stop praying. I attend church, it doesn't matter whether it's Christian or Muslim or any other church, because God is one. God is one. And we are all the people, the children of God, all alike. I assure you, in my little prayers, I will also pray to God that God helped the people of Mali to find their way to peace and unity. I will do so. I will do so. I want to assure you. And I will do so. And when I get back to my family, I will also sit them and tell them about the Malians and tell them that I promised I would pray for them. And when I go to my pastor, I'll say the same and say, I have offered to pray. Let us offer our prayers today at this service to the peace in Mali. And like you, I pray the rosary to God. I promise you, I will say it. I'll say it for your peace. Say it against violence. Say it so the good Lord will descend on you and his mercies fall upon you. May God help you. May God be with you. I want to thank you and say to the President, thank you for inviting me. I am one with you. I am one of you. I thank you.
Mesdames